Hello friends, Hattie from Honeybee Stampers here. In today's video, I'm going to share with you these 4 projects that I designed using the Snowflake Wishes stamp set from Stampin' Up. This is a stamp set that, this one right here, that was in the last holiday catalog and they carried it over into this current annual catalog. So I designed some projects using that stamp set as well as the coordinating dies, which look like this. They come in a set of 8. And they're so fun. I love snowflakes. Next to snowmen, snowflakes are probably some of my favorites. So I'm going to show you a step-by-step tutorial on how to put these together. I actually have one of these kits left. If anybody is interested in purchasing that, you can just contact me and you can get a kit to put together all 12 cards that we did at the event. So contact me if you're interested and I will tell you more about it. So let's start with this card here. Okay, in your kit, all of the pieces that you're going to need to create the projects are in the envelope, and sometimes you have to kind of look inside the envelope to make sure, shake it out to make sure everything is accounted for. I had a lot of people at the event say, oh, I didn't get my little snowflake or my little piece, and then I'd say, check your envelope, it's probably in there, and 9 times out of 10 it is. So I've already embossed this piece, and this is actually a beautiful embossing folder that has retired now. It's no longer available. So I embossed it for everybody. So when you get the kit, it will already be embossed. And you're just going to take this and add it to the front of the card. Now, for those of you who are wondering about the stamps and the ink that you need to create this, I'll definitely share that in the comments section. But if you don't have the stamp or ink, you actually can use something that you already have. So for example, the sentiment is Snowflake Wishes for a Merry Christmas, which is seen right here on the card. And I'm using Pacific Point. I love this color blue. If you don't have this sentiment, you can either purchase it from my online store because it's actually current and still available, or you can use a sentiment that you like, something of your own. So this is a photopolymer stamp, which means you can see right through it, which is awesome for positioning. So I'm just going to stamp straight down, and sometimes it sticks to it, but I love that because I can actually see exactly where I'm stamping and make sure that I'm not stamping crooked. All right, so the designer series paper is also retired. I do have 1 full pack of this, but I'm going to share this on my customer page for anybody who's interested. I have a feeling it'll probably sell right away just because it's such a beautiful pack of paper. And I'm just going to layer it right here. And then I'm going to take this snowflake and I'm going to add some dimensionals to the back of it. So you'll see that the snowflake is already die cut for you, so you don't have to worry about that. Take the backing off. Oopsie. And I'll center it right around, right about there. And then we're going to just adhere this. I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive to the middle and probably a dimensional on either end. And we'll just center that right there. Now when you get your card packet, you'll notice that this DSP doesn't seem to go all the way across like it does for this one. When you get your card packet, it will. This piece right here will be cut down just a little bit smaller so that it looks exactly like this. And I'll share some pictures of this later. Now, there's going to be an extra piece of basic white cardstock that you will place on the inside of the card. And of course, you can stamp on this if you wish and decorate it however you'd like. And we'll just stick that in there, but we do that so that you can journal, you can stamp on it, and you can also write a message to somebody as well. Now the adhesive, blue adhesive-backed gems, which look like this. These are also current in the annual catalog, so you can purchase these if you'd like. I will include these for the extra kit that I have left over. It will be in the kit, so you can actually use it. And actually, I don't want to use that darker one. I'm going to do the lighter one. You've got kind of two different shades of blue, a darker blue and a little bit lighter blue. I'm going to go with the lighter blue. Okay, so we'll stick one there. And so this will, the little pieces of blue that you need to embellish your card will be included. And this tool that I'm using, this tool is also a Stampin' Up tool. I love it. I use it all the time. It's called a Take Your Pick tool, and it actually has an end that twists off, and you can switch it around and use the spatula end, or I use the pokey tool probably the most often. And then we've got a little die brush here. And this will screw off, and then you can actually put another attachment on there that has a putty on the end of it that allows you to pick up things, especially like sequin, that are hard to pick up a lot easier. So there's the card there. That's the first card. We'll set that to the side. Okay, let's start with our next card. So here's our second card. Instead of writing up a step-by-step tutorial like I typically do for specific classes that I have, today I'm just doing this video not only to share with my YouTube friends, but also as a way for those who have the kits, that got the kits in the mail. It's kind of a video tutorial for them. So we're gonna take this card. This is Pool Party. Super fun, bright card color. And this piece right here is already embossed for you. And I used the new Wintry embossing folder, which looks like this. It's so pretty. It comes in a 2-pack, and this is brand new to the annual catalog. So both of these packs are included, and we'll be using this on another set of cards. But this is the embossing folder that I used. It's a 3D embossing folder, and it only embossed half of the card. So I just stuck it in like this and ran it through. I try to do as much embossing and die cutting as I could for my customers so that it makes their experience a lot easier and just fun. They can just sit down and put everything together. So I'm going to take the designer series paper and add it to the bottom half of the card that does not have the embossing on it. And you'll also see some ribbon. This ribbon is an iridescent ribbon. It has also retired. We're going to take, what I like to do is kind of make it appear as though it's been wrapped all the way around the card, but it hasn't. So I'm going to take some adhesive glue dots, and I'm going to stick one to the back right there, and then let me add another adhesive glue dot to the other side, just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to wrap it right around. It's a very subtle element to this card, but I just think it's beautiful. And we're actually going to adhere this directly to the card. Somebody has a really loud car. Okay, there's that. Now for the sentiment, we're going to use Pool Party ink. One of my favorite things about Stampin' Up is how everything coordinates so well together. The colors, the embellishments, everything just matches. You don't have to think about it. Just go with whatever, you know, this is Pool Party ink. It'll go with the Pool Party paper, any DSP that has Pool Party in it. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to center this and stamp straight down and straight up. So the sentiment says, in the coldest moments of the year, my heart is warm because you're near. So sweet. I like it a lot. All right, I'm going to now take and add a little bit of adhesive to the back of this and layer this. The dies here, I have cut, oops, let me redo that. I have already die cut these pieces for you, so you don't have to worry about that. And the dies that I'm using, this is from the Tasteful Label dies. I use these dies a lot. So if you don't have these in your stamping arsenal, you definitely need them. They are so fun to create with. Let's add some dimensionals to the back of this card, or this piece of the card. Okay, and then we're gonna embellish with one more. Let's see here, let's line the sentiment up right here. Okay. And then we've got some die cut snowflakes that are gorgeous. I'm going to take a dimensional and add this first snowflake on with the dimensional, and we'll just layer it right here. Okay, then I'm going to take some of our liquid adhesive that looks like this, and just a little bit goes a long way. So I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive to the middle. And you could actually add this second snowflake on sooner than what I'm doing, but this works too. So like I said, just a little bit of adhesive goes a long way. And I'm gonna layer this piece on here. It gives us a little sparkly snowflake on top. And let me grab the rhinestones that I want. Okay, so these rhinestones are the Holiday Basic rhinestones, and they have 5 different colors on here. So this is the color, this color is Pool Party, and as you heard me mention earlier, we're using Pool Party cardstock, Pool Party ink, so why not use some Pool Party rhinestones? And you also can, you probably know this trick already, but you can take and color rhinestones, just our regular rhinestones using Stampin' Blends, and turn them into any color you'd like. So let's just do a rule of 3 and put 3 rhinestones on here. Where do I want to put this one? Let's put this one right, we'll put it right here. Just like that. Okay, so that's the second card. And of course, there's a piece that's going to go on the inside so that you can either stamp and decorate that however you'd like, or you can leave it blank. All right, moving on to our third card. So this is our third card. The color, using the Highland Heather, which is this purple color, I was inspired by the designer series paper here to try to utilize that color. Whenever I'm designing a class, especially a class that I'm designing 4 or more cards, I definitely try to use the designer series paper to help guide me when I'm designing. And I'll also try to use as many different colors as I can so that the cards have so much variety. So this, when you get your kit, is already going to have this piece cut out of it. And I used the die that came with the So Many Snowflakes. So it's this die right here that cuts that out and leaves this negative behind. And then you'll have an extra piece that looks like that too, that you can use on the inside if you'd like, or wherever you'd like. Then we've got a piece that I've already embossed in that white and the snowflake embossing folder. And we're just gonna layer this on top of that, okay? Add some adhesive here. My adhesive is not wanting to cooperate. I'm actually stamping at my studio today, and I'm right by the window to get some good light in here, and oh my goodness, it seems like every loud car that could possibly go by is going by right now as I'm shooting this video. Okay, so we've layered that on there, so it's got that in the background. And then we're gonna layer, before we layer it onto here, we're gonna stamp. So we've got this is the Highland Heather ink, and I'm just gonna ink this up. And I'm gonna stamp over in the corner here some snowflakes, and then also down here in this corner. I love how the same color ink looks when you stamp it right on top of the same color cardstock. Oops, I closed this up, but we need it again. Oh, something I want to show you guys. During our Christmas in July event, people struggled with opening up these brand new Stampin' Up ink pads. And so something you can think of is hold it like a compact. So you're going to hold it like this. And then there's a little groove here that you can place your thumb in to pull it up. And then when you've pulled it up, you flip it open and then you slide it into place. Now, if you're trying to close it, what you want to do is hold it like a compact again, but it's going to be the opposite way. You stick your 2 fingers in this little groove and you place your thumb on the bottom here and you do this motion. So you're pushing forward with your thumb and you're pulling back with your index finger and your middle finger. So just like that until it clicks. Hold it as you slide it back and then you flip it over and then you can close it. And that's how that works. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and stamp. You're gonna get this little piece. I decided to add this piece just because I felt like the shape was very similar and it coordinated so well. So let's ink this up. And the sentiment says, "May your season sparkle." You know what I didn't do? We had several people at Stamp Camp this weekend, so I did not re-ink my stamps. So I hope I have enough color on here. I'm going to hover for a second to make sure I got it exactly where I want it. Oh, that looks great. I'm happy with that. So we'll close this up. Okay, now we can finish assembling. Add some adhesive to the back here. These cards, as you can see, are super, super simple, but they're just beautiful. And we're gonna take this sentiment piece and we're gonna pop it up with some dimensionals. I don't know that you'll ever find a card that I've designed that doesn't have a ton of dimensionals. I love dimensionals. Something's gonna be popped up, I'll tell you that much. So we'll add those dimensionals there, take off the backing. And we will center that right there. Okay, and I've also included another little die cut snowflake that looks like this. So we're gonna take, and I don't have my little dimensionals. Let me actually grab one. Okay, sorry about that. So Stampin' Up! Has 3 different types of dimensionals. We've got this size. This is the ones that I'm used to, that I've used for years. Then they came out with some smaller ones, as you can see here. And then there's some dimensionals that are both small and, well, both sizes, small and large, but they're all black, so that they kind of can be hidden really easily when you're using a darker card. So I typically use this regular size one, but for something like this, the tiny little dimensional works best. So I'm going to take that. Let's see here. I think I stuck it right here, and it actually disappears a little bit behind the white. But we're also going to take one of these little gems, and this time I'm going to use one of the darker ones. On the card I used the lighter one, but I like the dark one here. And I'm just going to add that to the over it, so you really can't see that dimensional. So there's the card. And again, there's going to be a piece that goes on the inside. And this card is unique because it opens up this way. Okay, so let's set that card aside and let's finish up the last card of this series. So this is the card that when I asked everybody what their favorite card was, this one probably got the most votes. All right, so I've already die cut this piece out here. This is part of the So Many Snowflakes. So this one right here will die cut a stamped image from the stamp set. This one will die cut a stamped, one of the snowflakes from the stamp set. These stamps right here, or these dies right here, will actually die cut out just a unique die of its own, if you will. And then this also die cuts out a stamp that you can see right there. And then this one right here, this one's unique, very unique, because this one die cuts, and what it die cuts is, what it leaves behind is a negative of the snowflake, as you can see here. So you can see right through that snowflake. And what we're gonna do, this one's a very simple card. Let me get it out so you can see it again. All right, oops, got a dimensional backing on there. So here's the card. And the sentiment says, our friendship is one of a kind. And I thought that would be perfect with this single snowflake. So we're gonna ink this up, and this is a balmy blue ink. And I'm gonna stamp straight down and straight up. Now, some of your card kits, those of you who are getting them in the mail, some of them will have one full sheet of this balmy blue glitter paper, and some will have two pieces like this. So if you get two pieces like this, it's okay, it's the same. You just want to flip over your card front, and then you're going to take, and I'm going to use this tape runner, and I'm just going to add a little bit of tape here around it, around the snowflake. And then you're going to place your glimmer paper, your balmy blue glimmer paper, over it, just like that. And even though there is a line there, you're not going to see it on the other side. It's going to look as if it was just one piece behind it. And then I'm going to take some adhesive and I'm going to add this to the balmy blue layer, and this is really going to secure that glimmer paper behind it. And then all you have to do is take your Stampin' Dimensionals, I'm going to use the big ones this time, and pop this up on your basic white card base. Okay. I'm just going to center that. Actually, we'll do it on this side. Okay. Now, there's one more little snowflake that I've die cut for you. Die cut out of some balmy blue paper. And we're just going to add that to the front. And what I think we'll do is we'll use one of those small dimensionals again. Okay, just like that. And very similar to the last card, we'll add one of these gems. And that conceals that Stampin' Dimensional for you. And that's that card. So let me bring in all 4 cards again. And then I'll walk you through the catalog to kind of show you where some of these products are. So there's the cards. So simple, so sweet, and they're ready to go for Christmas, so you'll be ahead of the game. Let me grab my catalog here. So this is the current annual catalog. If you don't have one, you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, let me know and I'll definitely be happy to assist you. But let's pull open this tab here, and on page 90, you'll see the Snowflake Wishes stamp set. And so this one is actually, the sentiment here is shown at 100%, but the rest of the stamp set is actually shown at 50%. So don't be fooled by that. This is the actual size. And same with this is obviously not shown at full scale. There are two full sheets of stamps, and they're beautiful. Look how big these stamps are. I didn't even get a chance to use all of them on my projects. There were so many. But we've got 5 sentiments here, and I used 4 of the 5 sentiments. 1, 2, 3. I thought I used 4 of the 5. Oh yeah, there it is. There's 6 sentiments. I used 4 of the 6 sentiments. Thank you so much. I did not use, but that would be something great that you could put on the inside of one of those cards. And then this is one of the only stamp sets that we have currently that have Happy Hanukkah on it. So this is a beautiful, beautiful stamp set. And then the coordinating dies that matched with it are on page 165. So Many Snowflakes is the die set, and you'll see here it comes with 8 dies. So this one and this one make those negative images, or negative when you die cut it, like I showed you, and then we've got these additional snowflakes there. And then if you're wondering about the embellishments that I used, on page 142 in the catalog, this right here, these are our blue adhesive-backed gems. They're only $8. They're glittery. You've got 2 different shades. One's considered balmy blue and one's considered night of navy. So this is considered night of navy, and this is more of the balmy blue. And you get 120 pieces, so 30 each, of a couple different sizes of the 2 different colors. Okay, I think that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed that demonstration, and those of you who got these little kits in the mail, I hope you enjoyed putting them together. Catch me again for my next installment of the Christmas in July set of cards that I designed. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.